Hey yo, good morning fam, and welcome back to another episode of Our Power with yours truly, Smooth Dre. Hey yo, the way things work is that I'll present with a topic and a brief description, and then you guys can jump on into the comments to express any views you might have, start any conversations, or even pose questions. You know what I'm saying? While we work together to keep it going and answer the questions as a team. We working on building this community, y'all. So remember, hit subscribe, the like, and share it. Alright? So before we get started, I just want to say a couple things. Um, if you are into holistic healing, you know what I'm saying, then go to chemisblends.com. That's AKEMISBLENDS.com. That's where you find them herbs and vitamins based in sea moss, and bladderwracks, and burdock root, elderberry syrup, gel capsules, and gummies. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want, go there and check it out. You know what I'm saying? And then you can correspond with the person, with the salesperson, with the person who does this thing from our heart. You know what I'm saying? To try to heal. Um, you can ask her questions, I'm sure, through via email or however y'all set it up. You know what I'm saying? She's very personable. Alright? Now, if you want some different gear, some designs, or if you like, having ideas on how you want your own gear, then you could go to this clothing line. Visit IG. It's Biggie Brilly. That's BIGGY BRILLY on IG, and on Facebook. He is brilliantly brilliant. Alright? Got some dope designs, man. Go there and check it out. Alright? So, moving right along, I told you guys about the intro to this show coming out. You know what I'm saying? The jingle or whatever. So last night it was all wrapped up. So now I'm waiting for my guy to put everything together, put the scenes together, to form an opening, a regular opening for this show. All right. So I don't know when the drop date is. I might know more this afternoon, and may have that for you tomorrow. But one morning you're gonna wake up, and you're not just gonna hear me come on like this. You're gonna see and hear something else first, and I hope you think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? We think it's dope, but we need you to think it's dope too. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So today, all right, check this out. I was thinking about on a spiritual level about this whole society and everything, and how people are trying to take God out of everything, and out of the schools, and minimize them and all of that. So this topic came to mind. You know what I'm saying? But first, I want to go on and I want to say good morning to Cecilia Davis and to Greta. Alright, good morning, y'all. Alright, so we're gonna get it started. I was thinking this question: what spiritual goal should everyone on earth be striving for? Alright, the same things. What should everyone on this earth be striving for? Because as I was saying, it seems like, God is being taken out of everything. It's no more, prayer in schools, and, it's just the way the world is going right now. It's like we're trying to move away from God. It's like the devil has an agenda, and he's using different things to attack our youth, our kids, and our minds, and just it's just getting away from it. With this platform right here, our goal is to stay on it, you know what I'm saying, and heal, and form this bond together, because we got to do this thing together to keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying? We all know who the higher power is. You know, we choose to call him God, and we got to keep that going and not be ashamed to exalt his name. And you know what I'm saying, and be about it and try. You know, I'm born in sin, but I can still try not to sin. You know, and that's what I do. But I know I fall short. But hey, man, we gotta try, right? So let's give some ideas on what goals, spiritual goals, we think everyone in the world should be striving for, instead of that other stuff that we see them striving for all day. All right. So I'll start out with one. I believe that everyone should be striving to have a connection with God. Okay? That's where everything starts. Seeking a deeper spiritual connection with the higher power. All right? Because, see, when I do that and I stay on that and I'm committed to that, then my higher power will recognize that and He will give me certain insights, certain discernments, you know, to protect me, and He will put me in places and on platforms to learn about Him and to speak about Him and to be about Him. You know, and everything that I do, it has Him involved. Everything that I say or discuss with anyone else, He comes up. You know, I believe that everyone should be wrapped up in trying to get that connection. You know, and I believe everybody's connection with God is different, but it can be different, but out for the same goal. You know, to bring everyone together to to praise Him. You know what I mean, and to try to live a certain way. You know, so I'm not going to get into it because I'll probably start naming other things that other people may have as ideas of how everyone on this earth, what goals should everyone on this earth spiritually be shooting for. All right, I'm going to go to the board and see what's up. Closer relationship with God, Cecilia. Yeah, I said that before I even looked, and that's definitely right. You know what I'm saying? Strengthening your faith, Greta says. How do I strengthen my faith? That's a good point right there. How do I strengthen my faith? Through consistency, through repetition. You know, putting myself in a place where I can experience God, and then having blind faith to start with, being around other people who have faith, you know, so that when I'm going through something and I call on my higher power, which I choose to call God, and I see Him bring me through, then that starts to build my faith. To me, that's how I work on my faith. But I have to be around people who have faith, you know, because at least they have faith if I don't start out with it. I used to look at God as like a magician. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, okay, if there's a God, then move that table right there. You know what I mean? And then I wouldn't recognize that, you know, that two people would get up and move the table at a certain time, and that could be considered or should be considered as him moving the table because he worked through people. I wanted to see the table move like on some David Blaine stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that was my idea. I had to I had to fall short. I had to hit rock bottom in order for me to need my higher power and then him show me that he was compassionate and bring me out and then start to show me how to have faith in him. I had to learn that. So, Greta, that's a good point. Working on it. You know, but how do I work on it? I get around people who have faith, you know, in those groups, and I experience life. I call on God to see me through, and then when I see Him see me through, then that builds my faith. You know, so I work on it. Then I try when I know that there is a God and what He can do, and I have faith. I still have to work on it because sometimes I'll take the wheel, and then I'll be like, okay, God help me. Then God has the will, and then I'll take it right back. You know what I'm saying? So it's a battle, but I have to work on my faith. I have to believe, and I have to be reminded to have faith. That's why it's good to be around like minded people who have the same spiritual goals. You know what I'm saying? So let me go back to the board, see if there's anything else. Um, all right. So I'll go on and state another goal that I think. Compassion for others. What's going on, Jamie? All right, check it out. I'm gonna repeat the topic. Um, what spiritual goal should everyone on earth be striving for? All right. So Cecilia and I agreed on, well, we said it at the same time, having a closer relationship with God. And then Greta stated strengthening our faith, which I also agree with. But now I'm going to state another, I've just stated another goal that I think that everybody on earth should have, a spiritual goal, and that's having compassion for others, empathy for others and understanding, towards other people's feelings. I lack in that, okay, and that's something that I have to work on, having compassion, meeting a person where they are, understanding that everybody's not the same, understanding that everybody doesn't think the way I think. And just because I think the way I think that, you know, um, I shouldn't think that my way of thinking is better than their way of thinking. I get caught up in that, so and having compassion when someone reaches out, I'm from a place where everybody is on a hustle. So when somebody reaches out to me, my senses go up and I'm like, all right, I'm looking at it. Instead of like maybe just giving, and being compassionate, I'm thinking about, all right, nah, nobody's gonna play me. You know what I'm saying? But I have to work on those things. I know God gives me discernment. I ask for that every day. But sometimes, like when somebody is asking for something, who's panhandling or whatever, and I'm skeptical about giving them anything because I feel like they're gonna go and do drugs with it. So I'd rather buy him food and give him food, whatever. That's not what he asked for. He asked for some spare change. Now, for real, if I am giving it and not expecting anything in return, not trying to control what he does with it, and I'm giving it from my heart, then I should just give it without worrying about what he needs to do with it. And you notice I said need because sometimes I remember when I was out there and I was on that alcohol, I had drank myself into a physical addiction, and I needed alcohol in the morning, so you never know what a person needs. I needed alcohol before I could eat. And then eventually my appetite for food just left. So I was in deep trouble. But people have those issues, so when I give, I have to think back to what I went through and give from my heart and just turn my head and let them do what they need to do, but I'm still having compassion for them, and not trying to control what they're doing with what I'm offering to them. Okay, let's go to the board. Jamie says mindfulness and prayer. That's the goal because mindfulness and prayer will bring me up to a closer relationship with God. It will strengthen my faith. It will allow me to have compassion for others. That, what Jamie suggests, ties everything in. That's like, if I do that, then I will get these other things that we've already mentioned. Because prayer and mindfulness of prayer is very important. I need to, and that's a big part of having faith. Because when I'm going through things, sometimes I forget that all I have to do is stop for a second and ask God for his help or fall on my knees and pray. Even though that's what I do every morning, sometimes throughout the day, depending on what's going on, or maybe nothing's going on, I'll fall on my knees and pray. And that brings me to a closer relationship with God, and it gets me through whatever I was going through or whatever I was feeling at that time. Most definitely. It never fails. Okay? Never fails. All right, so let's go. Okay, Joanne. Good morning, Joanne. Joanne chimed in. She says, prayer changes things. Most definitely. That's what I was just talking about. Because if nothing else, once I get on my knees, whatever I'm going through, when I get up, I feel a sense of relief already because my faith kicks in. And then I'm like, what am I worried about? But then the human comes back, and then I'll worry again, and then I'll have to ask God for his help or remember who he is, and it will bring me relief. It will bring me freedom, and I'll go back and forth sometimes because I have to strengthen my faith. So sometimes I go back and forth. But in the end, I stick with it and he works it out every time. Sometimes he works it out while I'm worried and I'm caught in the worry area, or concerned, which I shouldn't be. If there's faith, faith takes away concern and worry. It should, but sometimes I'm not there. And he'll still bring me through. And then I'll be like, oh man, I should have known. You know what I mean? So it just depends. That's why these things I'm a work in progress on. I'm not standing on no mountaintop saying, hey man, I got all these things together. Everything I talk about on a daily, I got that. I'm just helping y'all with it. Nah, man, I'm going through things right now where I need to hear exactly what this platform is kicking this morning. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all of you. So let's go back. All right. Jamie agrees. Yay. Hey, yo, I told him about that the intro that's getting ready to drop. I don't have no drop date or whatever, but Jamie's getting that together. He's putting the scenes together or whatever for that intro. So one day, you're gonna come on here and you're gonna see it, and then I'm gonna come back on. So like I said, we think it's dope. Hopefully you gonna think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. All right, back to the matter at hand. All right, Jamie says we tend to have short-term memory when it comes to faith. Yeah, yo, because most definitely, because life hits, man. Life hits hard sometimes. I could be, whistling through my day. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, I get a phone call or somebody tells me something, and it changes everything. And don't forget, when other people have issues, I don't know if I would call it a worry, but when I care about the person and they're going through something, then I take that on. But I immediately say, hey, pray about it or whatever. I'll pray for you. And that's how I approach that. But sometimes I forget to have faith because whatever it comes at me, it might put me in a state of shock. Like, wow, life shows up big sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But nothing is bigger than God. Nothing is bigger than how I feel after I pray or after I'm reminded or I remind myself of faith. Faith is something that I don't think I could have 100% of all the time because then I would be the freest person in the world. If I had 100% faith all the time, I'd be able to walk on water. That's how I feel about it. So, and if I had 100% of faith, okay, then I wouldn't have no issues. And that's just not how it's set up. I'm supposed to have to call on God Okay? I'm supposed to have to call on God and to praise his name. That's what he likes. I hear it up all my life. He's a jealous God. Yo, I gotta mention him. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll be like, okay, you're not talking about me? You're not? All right. Boom. Oh, man. All right, God, please help me. All right. You got it. But instead of that, I do it all the time. I thank him, I praise him, and I push his name out there, when other people are having issues. You know what I'm saying? And I'm around people who remind me of faith. So if my memory is short term, as it is sometimes with faith, depending on what hits me, then somebody else in my circle is gonna be like, "Yo, Dre, what's going on? You forgot about prayer? You forgot what you said on your show the other morning?" Boom. All right, then I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it going. All right, Jamie said he can't wait till we could call in. That's another thing that's coming up, y'all. Yo, we're gonna be able to call in. I think I'm gonna be able to see you right on the screen. I don't know how many people. I don't know about that stuff. Jamie, that's the dude that does all of that. But and he's saying he can't wait. So I don't know. We're gonna have it soon. We're gonna have all those bells and whistles soon. Right now, we in the brick and mortar stage. We just doing it raw like this. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. You call it, you punching, you know what I'm saying? Type it in your thing. I see it, recognizing it. I'm trying to expand on it. We doing our thing. We having a good spiritual healing on this podcast every morning. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I want to keep it. I want this podcast to change to like something like the like everybody else's, or jump on some trend or whatever. I want to keep this thing focused on spirituality. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's turned to. That's what it's supposed to be. Any platform is supposed to be for him. So I like the way this thing is going. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the board. Let me see if there's anyone else who has an idea of what spiritual goal everyone on this earth should be shooting for. Come on, give me some more answers. Go back up. All right. So I'll think of something else. I'll shoot one out there. Let's see. Everyone on this earth should be. Mm, excuse me. Um, how about forgiveness? That should be everyone's goal, to be able to forgive another person. Because when I forgive someone, I take a weight off myself. All right, letting things go. Releasing resentments. And embracing forgiveness. It takes a lot to carry a grudge. All right, it takes a toll on my health, on my mental health. You know, um, and then when I just let it go for real, and I release, the weight comes up off of me. That's why what makes it hard to forgive is when I give something to someone and I expect something in return. Okay? That's what makes forgiveness hard for me. When I give something and I expect something in return. Okay? So I stick to the golden rule. I try to. I try never to give something away that I cannot afford to lose, because it will build a resentment if I expect it back. That goes with um, love, That goes with lending money. That goes with something as simple as this. I used to go crazy when I'd be going out, when I'd be out and I see someone coming, woman or man, and I hold the door for them and they don't say thank you. And I would flip. Oh, you could have at least said thank you. I shouldn't even held it for you. Right? So what was in my mind? I'm getting ready to hold this door so they can say thank you. Or I'm getting ready to hold this door and they better say thank you. Right? But if I wasn't willing to hold the door without them saying thank you, then I should have never held the door. Because now I walk away with a resentment. And now that's all on me. That's what I'm feeling. They're gone. That's over for them. But I'm walking away still mumbling, man. People just don't have no manners, da da da. Nah, man. In reality, I should have held the door and not expected anything. Because I don't know what's on their mind. They could have had something on their mind that where they were just blacked out right then. They could have been getting hit with something where they were just trying to practice faith at that time. I don't know. Because sometimes they would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, thank you." They weren't even thinking. Then I felt bad because I was rough with it. Come on, man. That's too much. If I tell somebody I love you, right? The normal thing is to expect them to say, "I love you too." But what if they don't? Does that mean I don't love them? Yo, I gotta check my intentions because see, my intentions could get me into a situation where I can't forgive because I expect something in return. So I ain't lending a lot of money. Look, $2. Alright? That's it. Dre, you gonna borrow money from me? $2. That's my limit. For real. Alright? So, cause if I don't get it back, then I'm cool with that. I can afford to lose $2, without going crazy, I guess. But yeah, man, I gotta work toward forgiveness, and I think that's if everybody did that, then it would be a better place. Going back to the board. Hey, Paula. Good morning. All right. So, yo, you here with the Hour Power with yours truly, Smooth Dre. All right, we trying to build this community, keep it going. So remember to hit the subscribe button, like it, and share it. This morning's topic is what spiritual goals should everyone on earth be striving for? All right, we've had some good answers so far. So let's keep it going. All right, Greta says, I say you're welcome regardless. Yeah, so yo, I wish I was just opening up the door for you. You know what I'm saying? Because then I would be guaranteed that. But yo, some people just don't say it. But again, it falls on me because um I gotta question. I gotta you look at myself and see why I'm opening the door for someone. Am I holding the door for someone just to be kind? And if I am, and if they don't say you thank you, um oh, I get it. My bad. I missed that. But if they don't say thank you, I gotta be like, yo, I just gave that away, and I shouldn't expect them to say thank you. But Greta says she say you welcome anyway. I know. I've done that too. That's what I do too. That's a part of all of that. I'll be like, yeah, you welcome. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they say, oh, thank you. Because they may have forgotten for real. Oh, thanks for the stars, Paula. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they really forget. So I just gotta practice just giving stuff away that I can afford to lose. You know what I'm saying? And that I really mean. Saying love you, not expecting it back. Opening the door for someone, not expecting them to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Lending someone a little change and not expecting it back. You know, like little things like that. That if I don't, if I'm not able to give those things away, and I expect something in return, then it can cause resentment, and there goes my forgiveness. I can't forgive for that. I'm stuck. My health is bad. My mental health is bad. I'm just messed up for the whole day because that thing is on my mind, and I can't concentrate on the more important things. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to get caught up. But forgiveness is that spiritual thing that I think everyone on earth should be striving for. Can I get some more? Loving others after being hurt. Um, yeah, that's difficult to move on to. But um, in that situation, personally, I'm Andre. I'm Smooth Dre, right? I meet a person, I fall in love with him or whatever. I get hurt, break up, and now I'm here again, right? So now I've given what I could afford to lose, right? Or I have given things that I can't afford to lose and I have a resentment. It's one or the other. But for the next relationship or to try to love again, I have to present Smooth Dre again. I'll be watching because I have learned something from this painful relationship I just got out of. But I'll be watching, to see if I see those same signs in the next person. But I have to present Smooth Dre as is again because somebody's gonna love Smooth Dre for Smooth Dre. And if I let people who hurt me in the past change who I am, then the person that I am meant to be with won't be getting the real Smooth Dre because she'll be getting a damaged Smooth Dre. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a damaged version of Smooth Dre. So I have to wipe that out. It was all their fault and come back. You know what I'm saying? Blame everything on them. That make it easy on me. Now I look at what I did, what part I played in it too, so I'll be able to make a better Smooth Dre. You know what I'm saying? So Joanne says we should do things without expectations. Exactly. That's what I've been talking about. It just makes it easier. Greta says it falls on them. You've done your part. That's right. Yeah, I think we talk about opening the door. Yeah, falls on them. But I open it, but I gotta let that go so I don't carry that. Just because they don't say thank you, I'm gonna say you welcome and just act like they said thank you and move on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. All right, what spiritual goals should everyone on this earth be striving for, y'all? Come on, what else? Check it out. All right, let me see. Wow. Okay, since we were on that, how about unconditional love? Mm, that's hard, right? But if everybody had that, just think about it. If everybody had that on this earth, you know what I'm saying? For everybody, it might be a better place. You know what I'm saying? To love without judgment or putting conditions on it. Cause you know, that goes back to what I was saying about being able to give away things without expecting things in return. And the person who's panhandling, you know what I mean? I don't want to give him the money because he's just gonna go do drugs anyway. Well, he might need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Some people fall into that hole like I did. I didn't. Thank God I didn't have to panhandle, but yo, some people need a fix to stay alive. Sometimes they be physically addicted, and if they don't have it, they could really go into DTs and pass away. So, but judging what they're gonna do with what I'm giving them is a no for me. I used to do it, but I give that unconditionally now. You know, if I see someone and I feel to give, it's gonna be unconditionally because I don't know what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm judging them. The only time I like to judge is when I have discernment that protects me, my family, and my loved ones or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like just judging someone, because it's like it's a lot of things that I haven't done in this world that other people have done, but there are a lot of things that I have done that other people have done. You know what I'm saying? So, loving them unconditionally. You know that's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Not judging people. That's not easy, but it's something that I can work on because I'm striving for spiritual progress. I don't have to be perfect at it, you know, but I'm striving for progress. So that if I could work on that, you know, and get better at that, loving unconditionally without expecting anything or no conditions, then you know, I'd be a better person. And if everybody on this earth did that, it would be a better world. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let me see. Joanne says I should strive to make changes that would have great positive impact. Strive to make changes. That's right. Make changes in myself, um, the way I look at things, the way I behave, you know, the things that I do more service work out here, look at what I could add to the world and to the community and not take away, you know, join organizations that strive to do that, be a part of the community, you know, have food giveaways, give away clothes, give away God. You know, it's a lot of things, a lot of changes that I can make within myself, you know, that will cause change, exact change on others. You know, but it starts right here in this temple. It starts right here. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get together this morning and see what the world could do spiritually, you know what I'm saying? With one goal, um, what could everyone do in this world spiritually? What goal could we have to make this world a better place? There you go. I got there. All right. Come on. Let's see. Really, that goes with being humble. Okay. Yes, forgiveness. All right. Telling others about how good God is. All right. Those are humbleness, Jamie Bell. Okay. Shout out to Jay. That's my boy. All right. There you go. All right. Greta shouts Jay out. I call him Jamie. That's her baby. She call him Jay. That's my boy. She says that's right. All right. Jamie shouted out humility. Cecilia also says humility. That goes with being humble. Yeah. Um, humility. That's another one. If everyone could be humble on this earth and strive for being humble, this world would be a better place, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because humility to me is the opposite of ego and pride. You know, pride and ego almost killed me out here. And pride and ego is let's go with pride. A little bit of pride used in a certain way. I could be proud of someone else. I could be proud of something, right? But if I have, and I could have pride about myself to a certain limit, but when I allow my pride to stop me or limit me, you know, from like just asking for help, Because when I ask for help with the for because of a problem I may be having, I'm asking God, and He answers me a lot of the times through other people. But I may have too much pride to tell another person I'm struggling. You know what I'm saying? So humility, I'm gonna reach that one way or another. Okay, whether I practice it or whether I'm pummeled by it. But one way or another, I am going to reach humility anyway. So I try to practice it. I have pride and I have an ego. And depending on how, well, let's say how I grew up and where I grew up, pride and ego was necessary, but the end results of it was always bad. Okay, humility I used to think of as being a weakness, but it turns out that having humility and practicing it equals strength. Okay, because when I'm humble, I allow God to fight my battles, like He says, and I walk away, and the feeling that I have is much different as if I were to use my pride and ego to do something crazy. So humility, if everybody had humility, we wouldn't have no road rage. Just think about that. If everybody was humble, we're like, oh, I hit your car. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a wrong turn. Let's call Geico, right? And shake hands. Everybody would be cool, right? So, but no, we're not cool because there's a lot of people missing humility. And you know what? I'm not even going to talk about a lot of people. I'm going to talk about myself, because I'm not 100% humble either. I have my moments, but shows like these, friends that I have, will remind me and help me. And sometimes I still have to be pummeled by humility, but I always reach it, you know. So it's something that I got to work on. But that is a great point, you know what I'm saying? And let's see. Telling others about how God is, Cecilia says, that's right. You gotta exalt him because that's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose. He blesses me. He saved me. You know, he shows me who he is so that I can tell another person who he is, and then that person can tell another person. I can't tell another person about anything or God or anything about God if I don't have faith in him. So first I have to do that. Greta mentioned earlier, working on faith. That's very important. How do I work on faith? I get in there and I have people around me who have faith, and I watch how God works when I ask for him. But I got to start building my faith by asking him and telling him I need help. Because if I'm just doing it on my own, living in my own will, his grace will keep me alive. And hopefully, in my case, his grace kept me alive, and he always knew that I would come back to him. So he kept me alive. His grace did. Even when my own will had me out there foolish, acting foolish, he kept me alive and he brought me back. And then I started to know who he was and know who he is. And my faith built, within. And I was able to tell somebody else. And I'm able to tell somebody else about him today. And it's the best feeling in the world. Okay? It's the best feeling. Um, let's see. What others about God? Okay, I got that. We should strive to be the best version. Okay, Joanne said we should strive to be the best version of ourselves. That's right, and uh, that means what I'm trying to say, working on everything, not just some things, but everything, all the character defects that I have, I gotta work on them. You know, that anger, that depression, all those things that have negative impacts on my health. I gotta pray about it. I gotta see my doctors. I gotta take my medications as prescribed, and I have to try to be a better version of myself. Exactly, Joanne. You know what I'm saying? All these things that we're mentioning this morning that we're sticking with the topic. What should everybody spiritually be striving for on this earth? Everything that we mentioned, I have to work on so that I could be a better version of myself. And that's not all. There are a lot of things, but the whole idea is for me to recognize it, to keep working and to keep working and to keep working, because when I do that, I show God that I'm respecting what He wants me to do. Okay? I'm surrounded by greatness, by other people who believe as I do. All right, as I said earlier this morning, everything is moving away from God. Everything. So we got to keep something. We got to keep this thing going. We definitely gonna keep it this way on this platform. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Thanks, Joanne, for that. All right. Let me see what else we got. Strive to make changes that will have great positive. Okay, we addressed that. Falls on now. We should do things. Okay. Other enough to hurt. We should strive. Okay, we addressed that. All right. Let me go back. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. Mm, Come on, give me some more. I'm thinking. Give me some more. What we need to strive spiritually. What our goals should be. Um. Let's try practice fasting. Okay. Jamie asked, "Does anyone in the chat practice fasting?" Okay. Let's get that answer back. Anybody on this chat? You got practice fasting? Anybody? All right. I have to say that I have done that in the past, and I do what you call intermittent eating. So in between the days that I don't, and I hold those days, the days that I don't eat, and I hold those days, as my fasting, as my prayer days or whatever, So I do practice fasting. Um, Greta says, "Give from your heart and expect nothing. Your blessings come from God." Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. Give without expectation, because it's easier. And so I have to give what I can afford to lose. Not in a negative way, but I mean, something that I'm not. Look, I'm not making any deals with being kind. This is what I'm doing, and I intend to be kind. And have compassion, or because I love a person. Then when I give, I just have to give and let it go. Okay? And the next breath that I take after giving it away is God blessing me. You know what I'm saying? Is God blessing me. So, hey, that's good. All right. We got anybody else? Jamie, do you practice fasting? Holla back. All right. Let me see. Every morning for the past few mornings I've been getting on and I've been telling you guys about this holistic site called alchemisblends.com, right? And another thing that I believe, and I believe because she believes and others believe, because they say that these things work for them, and I've never really delved into it. I've had a little sea moss back in the day, but the bladderwracks and the burdock root, I'm not even familiar with. But I do believe exploring alternative um, and alternative medicines or healings. I think that that could be a common goal too, because a lot of people feel that the medications, these are like people who are selling medications or selling drugs, when all the healing comes from the earth and they have real knowledge of that. So I might start trying to learn about that stuff. And it came to my mind that, that could be a common goal for everyone to try to get into that holistic healing. You know what I'm saying? And explore that alternative and holistic approaches, what I'm saying, to my well being. Um, I think that's another goal, that we should strive for. So I might be, I'm going to look at that website, you know what I'm saying? Because I get on here every morning and, and, as I said, if I hadn't done anything, then I wouldn't feel comfortable, like even promoting it or plugging it in. But I have done CMOS, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna look into those other things, you know what I'm saying? I think that as a whole would be good to look into, because sometimes these medicines do have major side effects, and some people, these people who practice in these herbs and roots and all these different things, they have alternatives, to where it doesn't have those same side effects or as many. But like I said, I don't know. I have to get more familiar. Holistic is life. That's what Joanne says. Yeah, a lot of that stuff usually comes from the from the trees and the leaves and roots and all these different things. I've been hearing about it for years. So I think that seeking that, finding out more about that, should be a common goal, common spiritual goal, because it's definitely spiritual. Because these are the things that God put on earth naturally to heal us, and don't get it twisted. These things are taken and turned into pills by the doctors. You know what I'm saying? But then when it's manhandled and other things are added to it, then it causes other side effects where I need more pills for, and then and ultimately it's no good for me. So coming straight from God's earth that He set here for us to, heal ourselves, that's deep, man. So I suggest that too. All right. Oh, thank you, Joanne. She said this is an awesome show. I appreciate it. We working hard. Yo, you think it's awesome now? Just wait till you hear that intro when we drop it. All right. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. It's coming soon. All right. Nah, but yeah, I like doing this, man. I learn a lot. I like the interaction. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to getting up, in the morning. I figured out how to get my rest now. When it first happened, I was a little bit, wobbly. But now, I have a routine and I'm disciplined in it, with bringing my topics and everything, and not being worried that my screen is going to blow up and get big and not I won't be able to know how to handle it. Things are working out, and like I said, man, this show, we're going to keep this show spiritual, man, because there are not many out there, You know, everybody is going with the main topics out there, whatever. There's one thing I'd like for you to do though. Um, I want to create something that's ongoing. I don't know if anybody knows about the strawberry letter, you know, where people would write in anonymously and talk about situations that they're going through, you know, and I could pick it up. I gave you my email address, SMOOTHDRE 425849 at gmail.com. You know, you could write in and talk about something that you're going through in your life right now. I won't reveal your name, but it will just be something that every now and then we'll go to and we'll, see what it is, see what you're revealing, and then we could talk about it, just in general. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it will help you. If you have anything that you're going through that you don't want to bring to the whole podcast, just bring it to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll put it out here, anonymous, and people could, we could discuss it and maybe help you through it. You know what I'm saying? We pray for you, and all of that. And you got my word that I won't put your name out there. All right, but if you have anything, like I said, just go to Smooth Dre 425849 at gmail.com and let me know about it so I could come out here and put it out and we can get some suggestions going, some advice or whatever, some support. You know what I'm saying? Not whatever it is. If it's a love issue, if it's a mental health issue, whatever you going through, God has equipped us right here on this platform to be able to help out, make suggestions, give advice, and heal. I believe that 100%. That's what this platform is all about. So write in, all right? Don't be shy. I won't reveal you and it'll just be, you know what I'm saying, we'll get it out here and we'll do our thing on it. All right. So let me look at it one more time. All right. Thank you, Paula. She's saying the show is fire. Whoo, it's fire. Good. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it fire. Because we're gonna keep it real God up in here all day. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's what we're gonna do. Alright? So I'm gonna kick one more. A common goal, a common spiritual goal that everyone should have on this earth that would make it a better place is uh, having faith and trust. Yeah, Greta touched on that earlier, but faith is one thing, but trusting in God and trusting is another. You know what I'm saying? So trust, that's something else. I have to work on that. Trusting God. I'll say I have faith, but then, like I said, situations I turn over to Him, sometimes I take them back. So I gotta trust that that God is gonna heal me. He's gonna show me the way. He's gonna bring me through. And that in turn continues to build my faith. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, well, we winded down now. Great show. I appreciate everyone for chiming in. I love all of you. You know what I'm saying? Keep coming back. And we shall see you in the morning at 6 a.m. Hour Power with yours truly, Smooth Dre. And y'all have a beautiful day. One.